A local man turned the tables on a guy who was trying to steal his family's personal information and their money. Ross Gadati reports how he tricked the scammer into coming to his home and got police involved.
Tom Eugen says alleged telephone scammers just wouldn't leave his mom alone.
It was constant. It was 4 or 5 calls every day.
Typical deal. Eugen's mom would send $100,000 to these people. She'd get about $5 million in return. And that's when Eugen decided no one was going to mess with his family.
That was my main goal, was to waste their time.
Tom Eugen chose to have some fun with the whole thing and with those trying to rip off his mom.
I would channel Jimmy Stewart and talk like an old person.
But the charade was about to turn very serious.
He told me he was sending a courier to pick up the $100,000, so I played along, and I thought he was bluffing.
He wasn't. Police say 47-year-old Clint O'Brien Robinson drove up from Maryland and showed up in his mom's driveway. A surprised Eugen got on the phone to 911. Robinson apparently got scared and didn't want to hang around. Eugen tried to hold him up until the law arrived.
He started pulling down the driveway, and that's when I stood out in the middle of the driveway, told him to stop.
Robinson's car clipping Eugen on the way out, but the courier, Mr. Robinson, didn't get too far.
And he tried to flee the area pretty quick, but we were fortunate that one of our officers was very close and we were able to apprehend that subject at that point.
Eugen was okay. Robinson, who's a native of Jamaica, faces 1 count of aggravated assault with a motor vehicle.
He was going to apparently get on a plane and go to Jamaica.
Mr. Eugen says while he realizes the risk and probably shouldn't have tried to out-scam a scammer,
I think I played the role very well, and I just didn't expect the outcome.
As for Mr. Robinson's travel plans, right now they are delayed as he's being held in the Westmoreland County Jail on $500,000 straight cash bond. In Murraysville, Ross Gadati, KDKA News.
On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what one. A blessed and wonderful Saturday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. No, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, to the name Saturday the day when some of the ones them out there traverse the church. Happy Sabbath, and whilst you out there doing your church duties, please remember On The Spot News Media, loyal viewers and subscribers in your immediate prayers. You definitely see how Jamaica run right now, so you know for sure. So we need that now more than ever. And to all of the regular ones and ones them out there in the streets, just going about your regular business from Moran Point to the Grill Point, continuously look out on the corner and safe travel, pan the gravel, and always remember the old dirty corner boy them. Always out there. Alerts, yeah man. So we're going to kick it off over there in the parish of St. James, giving another update on that tragic incident that took the life of this precious baby girl. The baby has since been identified as Destiny. I covered briefly this story at the end of yesterday morning's vlog. Now this is a continuation of it. Now the words stating, "Mommy, kill my little baby sister," were the heartbreaking words that alerted this 41-year-old man, identified as Dwight Brown, to the tragedy unfolding at his Barrett Hall residence on Wednesday. Now, Brown's 5-month-old infant, identified as Destiny, was allegedly thrown off the roof of this two-story dwelling by her 28-year-old mother. The baby succumbed to injuries received at the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where she was receiving medical treatment for injuries sustained during the fall. So we're going to hear from the father himself, Dwight Brown, as he gives us a better understanding of what took place before that fatal tragedy of young Destiny. Listen.
She run back and to my mother and my mother run go there and look. I said, Lord Jesus, the girl kill me grandpitness. I say, what you say, mommy? So me run out of my room now and look up on the front and look out. When me look out at the baby, me see. I didn't know if she lifeless or what, because at the time I think she put her down and maybe walk run gone or so. So the grill will lock, so it take me a time to walk around the house to go where the baby is. So if she wanted to kill herself, she would have done it before I jump with the baby. So that's something to get at me because I really love my child. You understand? So by the time I go there, she up there, I say, you don't want me, I sit down. I say, babes, how me tell her, I don't want this, I want to get some rest, I'm tired. Why you do this? And that's when she goes up and come down on the scanty and drop on the scaffolding and from one scaffolding to the other one. And I put on the baby fast and catch her. Sometimes she function one way, to be honest with you, where it's abnormal, it's not normal, you understand? But me never really give it the real thinking because I don't know the history of her, because just 1 year now since I was talking to her, and I really get to start talking to her, and I meet her at the gas station, Flamingo, and that's how we started to talk, and I rented a place for her and she never go there and see it, because at the time I have my woman, and I make it known to her, you understand? So it's like she come and she just want fully control, you understand? And it's like, even my relationship with her before, mess up and she get pregnant, so I say no, I have to just stand up to my responsibility to be a father and support her in a whatever way. So that's it. You know, they have a box drinks, they drink a box drinks and the juice what I done and the ice I shake it. That's how my brain is shaking in my head. Because I can't come to the term say a mother would really do this to her own flesh and blood. I try to go back in all I remember in a moment to say, yo, what could you have done to her to save this child here? You understand? It come like I don't give her no place here, God no. How me feel. My baby normally sleeps side of me every night. I don't go out, I don't rave, I don't drink, I don't smoke. She work at Ruby's gas station at night sometimes. So I would stay home in the night and take care of the baby until 9 morning and I go and pick her up and drop that 8-year-old to school. It's not like you're not playing a fatherly figure in everywhere and support. You understand? So I don't understand it. She have everything what she desire.
Now the father of the child, Dwight Brown, also stated that he was informed that his girlfriend and his mother got into a serious altercation. He said that when he arrived home, his child's mother started to accuse him of having a relationship with an American guest who was staying at his house. He stated that he denied the accusation. Brown also stated that the child's mother confronted him and he told her that he was tired and he did not want to talk about it and just wanted to go to bed to get some much needed rest. So basically, my peeps, the act of infidelity is indeed the reasons why she threw her 5-month-old child off the building to basically hurt the father of the child. It is really sad when people can allow themselves to get to that state where they love someone, or should I say, be obsessed over someone to such a level where you would hurt your own child to, as we call it, spite the other person. Boy, may I tell you, the thing really rough. A 5-month-old child is now laying lifeless because of this type of callousness. The thing rough. But anyway, make we continue. So in yesterday morning's vlog, I also made mention of a knockings and clappings that took place over there in Goshen, St. Elizabeth. But it was not just one fatality that took place in St. Elizabeth, or 2, or even 3, but 4 knockings and clappings that has resulted in the loss of life of 4 in separate knockings and clappings in the parish of St. Elizabeth. Now, the first one that we are going to talk about is the one that I made mention of in yesterday morning's vlog, where it is reported that sometime about 1 a.m. in the wee hours of Friday morning, residents of Post Office Road in Goshen, St. Elizabeth heard loud explosions and saw smoke coming from an unfinished house of 46-year-old fisherman Trevor Morgan and his nephew, 29-year-old Rajay Hagigal. Now, the Santa Cruz Police and Fire Department was called. A section of the house and a car were seen engulfed in flames. The fires were extinguished, and during the search, the bodies of Morgan and Hagigal was found with bullet wounds. It is said that Morgan's face was partially burned. It is said that more than a dozen spent casings was found on that knockings and clapping scene. It is suspected that the criminal elements were hiding in the unfinished section of the house when they pounced upon their victims, who had just closed a bar that they operated nearby. Now, this is one of the deceased man presently on your screen. A known criminal element identified by his alias as Ming. A known scammer in the streets. Yeah, man. So basically is a scamming deal gone wrong. The man them come mash him up over some stolen clientele. Hence the reason why his cell phone was also stolen. And in another incident, a 46-year-old man lost his life in the hospital Friday morning after he was conned up seriously at a dance in Union Square in Balaclava. He has since been identified as Lennox Latchman, said to be of a content address in St. Elizabeth. The incident occurred sometime around 2 a.m. in the morning. Now, details surrounding his knockings and clappings has not yet been released, so I will most definitely give you an update in subsequent newscasts. Meanwhile, a 46-year-old farm worker presently on your screen lost his life in a drive-by knockings and clappings in Elm on Thursday. So information reaching on the Spot News Media, it's that sometime around 7 p.m. on Thursday evening, O'Neal Benjamin was reportedly sitting across from a bar drinking a beer when a car passed by. The car then went a short distance and turned around and drove back in his direction. It is said that the vehicle slowed down and then all hell broke loose. Shots rang out from inside that vehicle, firing in his direction, hitting him, that is Mr. Benjamin, all over his upper body and head. It is said that he was, however, rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced you know what. So I have always been saying this over the years, that St. Elizabeth has now become a haven for criminal elements. And it is simply because that the residents of these rural parts of St. Elizabeth has started to open up their homes and their communities to criminal elements leaving from other areas to seek refuge there. And they also sold themselves cheap to these scammers who can give them some free money. Some can get some free beer to drink. Some can get a one fowl cub to start a little business. They basically sold themselves to the devils. Yeah, man. And now St. Elizabeth is reaping from what they sowed. Sad to say, but this is the reality of it. Now, the government has imposed states of public emergency, which is the SOE, across 5 parishes, plus the St. Andrews South Police Division. So in a statement on Friday, the Office of the Prime Minister, the OPM, says that the SOE were declared in response to high criminal activity. So a new round of SOE took effect just after midnight. The security measure will initially last for 14 days. So in justifying the need for the emergency measure, the Office of the Prime Minister says that the security forces assessed the persistent and precautiously violent criminal activities within the division and the parishes is of an excessive scale that endangers public safety. So according to the Office of the Prime Minister, between January 1 and December 5th of this year, the St. Andrews South Police Division produced the second highest number of knockings and clappings across all police divisions, with a whopping 113 loss of lives by the gun. Yeah, man. The St. Catherine North Police Division produced the fourth highest number of homicides at a whopping 109. The Clarendon Police Division follows at 100 murders committed over the period. The St. Catherine South Police Division recorded 94 murders between January 1 and December 5. The St. James Police Division continues to have the highest homicide count of all police divisions. 173 people life has been taken in the parish between January 1 and December 5. Over in Westmoreland, 110 lose for them 3 pints over the same period, while there were 67 loss of lives in the parish of Hanover. So according to the Office of the Prime Minister, the majority of the knockings and clappings in the St. Andrews South Police Division are attributed to gang activity. And interestingly, the Office of the Prime Minister has provided statistics in its statement to allow journalists to contrast the homicide rate in some parishes in Jamaica with that of regional and global rates. So since the start of the year, the murder rate in St. James has been 90.2 for each 100,000 of the population. In Hanover, the murder rate per 100,000 of the population is 92.4, while in Westmoreland it's 73.4. And these rates are significantly higher than the regional murder rate per 100,000 of the population, because it is just at 15.1. So the global rate is even lower at 6.1 per 100,000. That is 15 times lower than the rate in the parish of Hanover. Yeah, man. Boy, I tell my peeps, the thing rough. It just really saddens my heart to see with good, as Tony Rebel would have said, sweet Jamaica, nah left ya. Hockey and we saltfish, nah left ya. But boy, even for this sweet sugar dumpling, we have to left ya. Because right now, you're not safe, none at all. And people may argue that other places are just as violent. But I've spoken to a lot of persons in the diaspora, and they do feel way safer in the foreign land that they presently are, even in the violent space of Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, man. The thing rough down a yard, my peeps. Really rough. And until we do something about it, nothing will ever be done. And when I say we, I'm not talking about just the regular members of Chan Public. I'm speaking about the collective efforts of uptown and downtown, the security forces and government, churches, schools. Everyone have to come together under one umbrella to fight this crime monster. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media. as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscasts. On the Spot News Media. Yeah, man.